All right, guys, 24th of June. We are here, sports battle time, ready to talk Suns getting CP3 back tonight, taking on the Clippers. Still no Kawhi. Who do you think wins this game?
Man, I think the Clippers win, but had to have a lot taken out of them last time out. No Kawhi. Now you get Chris Paul back. I still think the Clippers win. I think maybe the Suns, like we often talk about, star players coming back. Maybe the other guys don't play as well here. I like the Clippers in this spot at home.
I do like the Clippers in this spot as well, but with very little conviction. I just think the Suns are the better team with no Kawhi Leonard.
I agree. I mean, it's like a pick 'em game, so I think that says it all.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the Clippers win tonight, but the Suns close this thing out in 5 if we don't get Kawhi Leonard back. Even if Kawhi comes back, he's probably not himself.
Yeah, agreed. I have no arguments with that right now.
All right, guys. So on the Sports Battle app, you can grab it on your phone, get it on Google Play for your Android users, App Store for your Apple users. There's a 100% deposit match up to $100. So y'all know how that works. We've done that on other DFS sites before, so might as well take advantage on this one while you get that match. As far as the scoring system goes, it's almost exactly the same as DraftKings. We brought it up every day. At this point, you guys have all heard it. Download the app and read through it if you have any questions, but it's basically the same as DK. We got attack mode versus defense mode. They are aptly named. Attack is more aggressive. Defense is more defensive. But that can be slate dependent depending on what it is you're looking for that day. So depending on how comfortable you are with certain things, evaluate it that way.
For sure. No doubt about it. Great way to break it down.
All right. Next up, let's talk about overall fantasy scores for the day. We got Paul George, 50.59. So I am a notorious Paul George critic. I think he deserves all the criticism I've ever given him. But you got to call guys out when you feel like things are changed. I've been very impressed by him for the majority of this postseason. I am not going to – it would have been very me-like to rake him through the coals for those missed free throws. I'm not going to do that. He hit some big shots down the stretch of that game to put him in the spot they were in. He's carried this team without Kawhi. I like Paul George tonight. I think he gets the over.
Yeah, I do too. We talked about it right before we got on video. A lot to like about the Clippers tonight at home, especially, just as far as them playing well. Not necessarily them winning the game or the series or anything like that, even though, again, in a pick 'em game, I like the Clippers here. And it's all on the back of Paul George. After missing those 2 free throws, I bet he comes out. I think he has a monster first quarter here and just it's a breeze going forward.
And another thing with like a guy like Paul George is because he can do it in a variety of ways. Like maybe he shoots it inefficiently tonight because he's trying to force it. But I feel like his rebounding and like blocks and steals numbers will be there too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up, D-Book, 46.6. I'm going to take the under on this one. I thought Pat Beverly did a great job on him, but more importantly than that, they got Chris Paul back tonight. Just going to cut down on his usage.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with you. No doubt about it. We see this eye to eye.
All right. The next guy up, Chris Paul, is the guy I don't really know what to do with. So he wasn't hurt. From the sound of thing, it sounds like he had COVID. Doesn't seem like it was too serious. Are they going to, up 2 games to nothing? Are they going to be careful with his minutes because he hasn't played in 2 weeks? I don't think so, but I don't know that.
Yeah, the thing is, we don't know. COVID affects people differently. I mean, he's back, relatively soon, but still might have, adverse effects, which I think you could look at that and say, oh, boy, I'm going to still take the over on Booker and the under on Paul if you think that maybe there's a setback or anything like that. I don't think so, though. So I'm going to take the over on Chris Paul.
Okay. I was probably going to take the under, but I don't have a really good answer for it. It's not one I'm confident. It'd probably be my last place one to pick on this one.
I think this is a good spot for him to, cement his place in this series.
Could be. I don't have strong feelings about him one way or the other. I could be talked into anything on Chris Paul today.
Fair enough.
I'm very oh man, I'm trying to think of the word I'm looking for here. Not on the fence. Easily influenced, I guess. It's not the word I'm looking for, but I could be easily influenced on how to think about Chris Paul today.
Fair enough.
Susceptible? Yes, susceptible maybe might be the right word. All right. DeAndre Ayton, what a game, what a finish last time out. Yeah. So Ayton's another one, though, I'm torn on. I don't really think the addition of Chris Paul changes him a ton. Maybe a couple less shots, but the flip side of that is maybe a couple better quality shots. So, I mean, I've always looked at him as about a 35 to 40-point guy in this series, which means that they nutted the fantasy score here. This is the right place to have him projected. I don't have strong feelings on him one way or the other because I feel like that's about where he should be.
Same. On the road, though, I'm going to take the under, slight under, because we have to pick one, right? So I doubt he lands exactly on 38.9.
That's a great point.
You know what I'm saying? So I do think it's right on, but we got to pick one. I'm going to take the under.
With confidence, he will not score exactly 38.59. Give me the over. I'm going to call for the rebounding numbers.
Fair enough. I get that. I mean, listen, he could just easily walk into that. I wouldn't be shocked either way.
Yeah, they have trouble defending him. They don't have a very good interior defense, and Zubac is too slow for him and not athletic enough. But I won't be surprised by anything in this one. All right, so next up we got Reggie Jackson. So I think a great point for Reggie Jackson I heard the other day, and I hadn't really thought about this, is he's playing for a contract. You know what I mean? Like, he already fleeced Detroit out of a bunch of money, and this is his go-around to get paid. And you want to know, I don't know if anybody has made more money for themselves the last week or two than Reggie Jackson has, because he's playing for it. So I heard a great breakdown of what you can expect out of athletes sometimes. Like, some guys are just workers, right? Like, my boy Giannis is a worker. Again, can't shoot, but at least he's trying. He's in the gym, putting in gym. The comparisons have been made to Ben Simmons not being a worker. And then there are other athletes that will do it one time, and sometimes it's because they need to get paid. Reggie Jackson looks like he's playing to get paid right now. So I'm going to take the over on him.
For sure. I'm with that. I like all those points. I think it's close anyway, so I'm going to take the over.
At home, too. I figured you could definitely get on board with him at home.
Amen.
All right, next up is Zubac, and this is an interesting one. So on the off chance that Zubac is not starting today, because clearly it looks like Lou feels more comfortable with a big man being played in this series, and Marcus Morris is not 100% or anything like that. If he's starting, give me the Zubac over by a subtle little bit. If he is not starting, this is the easiest pick of the night. You just go with the under.
Agreed. Again, another one we see right eye to eye on.
Coach Lou is a great coach. And the fact that, like, he was the coach of your Cavs when you made the epic comeback, now they've done 2 0-2 comebacks in these playoffs. He makes great in-series adjustments. And so while it seems like he's pretty confident in having the big out there, I mean, I'm not at all surprised if all of a sudden he goes small tonight. So just watch out.
Agreed.
Is he the best coach in basketball, though?
I don't think so.
I've heard a lot of scuttlebutt about him the last couple of days and his great in-game adjustments. And the other thing would be, like, if all of a sudden the Hawks win this series, is Nate McMillan, like, all of a sudden now talked about as one of the best coaches in basketball, because what he's done is sensational.
Yeah, I think you could definitely say that. I mean, I hear a lot of mixed feelings about Ty Lue. Some people think he's great. Some people don't. Obviously walked into a really good situation with Paul George and Kawhi. So I don't know. And he had LeBron in Cleveland. So I think that this series and the rest of this past will tell the story.
Yeah, I mean, resume versus current, because resume, the best coach is Pop. But I think Greg Popovich has seen his better days, right? Like, he's been up there. He doesn't really have the tools to win much right now, so it's hard to, like, have a lot of luster in him. But he's got the greatest career, no doubt about it.
For sure, no doubt. I mean, you got guys like Rick Carlisle, who just left Dallas. I think he's a really good coach.
New Pacers coach, yep.
Yeah, there's other good ones out there for sure.
I think the opinion on Doc Rivers is starting to change, though, because I think for a long time he's been highly, highly regarded, but his playoff resume is starting to be pretty darn awful.
Yeah, really awful. I mean, he's lost like 19 games or something that he's had a chance to clinch. He's got the worst record in, game sevens or whatever it is. Yeah, his legacy is really not starting to become known for that.
Like, I can't put Ben Simmons' struggles all on him, but you would feel like a great coach could get more out of him. I mean, the fact that I saw this on a meme yesterday, that Udonis Haslem took more shots in his 1 fourth quarter appearance this year than Ben Simmons took in the last 4 quarters of the last 4 games.
That's scary.
Yeah, it's hard to even believe Udonis Haslem is technically a player.
Yeah, that's just wild. Wild.
Anyways, guys, good luck tonight on everything you're out there doing. Go grab yourself the SportsBattle app and have yourself a great day.
Thanks, guys.